Okay, so I have a 21 Kia Forte GT, so I don't think much have changed as in terms of wiring or anything like that. So I have a Viofo dual channel A119. I don't remember exactly which one I have because they come out with a new one every year, but mine's dual channel, meaning that I do have a rear camera that plugs into the front camera. So here's the rear camera, and on my Forte, if you, I don't know if the camera's gonna pick up the lines here. This is like where the defrost comes in, the defroster. I noticed that on the car that from like, this usually never defrosts, this part up here, or it takes a long time. So I mounted the camera under the 1, 2, 3, 4, just right under the 4th line here. So I found that when the car, I'm in Chicago, so in the winter, this is usually all frosted over, and when the rear defroster kicks on, right about here is the sweet spot for the rear camera. So where does that go? I'm trying to remember. I did this 2 years ago, so I believe I ran the wire up here, across this way. I popped all this out. I popped this out. I popped this out. I ran it in. You could pull the, the door trim off here, the rubber strip. The wire, and you can probably see that it's not the best job, but the wire is running all the way down to here. I pulled all this trim off. I pulled all this trim off. These plastic pieces come off, so the wire is basically running down all the way here, and it continues down here, up here. This is the rear camera, by the way. The rear camera, and then you could pop this A-pillar off, and when you're doing it, you have to make sure that you have, and this is for the front camera as well, you have to make sure that you put the wires behind the airbag. You don't have the wires in front of the airbag, otherwise if you get in an accident, that airbag may not deploy. So I got the front coming up here, and then the front plugs, the rear plugs in up here, it plugs into the front camera, and then the front camera, same thing, runs kind of back down to here. And then I have a hardwire kit with fuse tap, and you can see the way the fuse tap is that when you turn the car off, the car can go in park mode. The camera can go in park mode and record when you have the camera off, or the car off. Pardon my words here. So I believe, where did I tap in for the fuse? I believe I tapped into the power outlet for always on, and then I went to the spare here for when the car turns off. I believe the spare still has power. I don't remember exactly how I did this, but so the way that I have that wired with that fuse tap is this power outlet here and this spare here. So you could see there's the power outlet, there's your spare, and that was relatively pretty easy. And then I just kind of wired it, tied it in here. So I don't know. I'm not the best at running wires, but it took me like an hour and a half to kind of comfortably get all the wires ran. But that's how I did it.